People out there in the audience, I would like you to please ask your questions now. We will be taking questions for, I don't know, till the questions get terrible and everybody stops asking questions. Pretty basic stuff. We will be moderating the questions and only asking certain things. So,
yes.
Ask wisely.
So, yeah, please don't ask silly shit or shit that's already going to be, pretty much answered. See, Emo Fluttershy asked what happened to the podcast.
Okay, podcast wasn't really a podcast. That was like me talking to the microphone for 15 minutes explaining what was going on. I mean, you could call it a podcast. I call it an information dump.
That's kind of the way I treated it. It was like it was just a news board for the site.
Yeah, because it was easier than typing, and I could just talk. Because I like to sit, and I don't feel like typing. I've been typing all day. I just want to talk to the microphone and let people understand.
Emo Fluttershy asked an intriguing question. Upon going to Flankbook.com, we see an image stating that you have teamed up with the people over at PonySquare.com. How exactly did you team up with them?
Me and Mike both have staff accounts. We can moderate the entire site, edit events, edit pages. Basically, just moderate exactly what's going on, which is pretty much not much to moderate.
Yeah.
It's like Flankbook. It was very nice. There weren't very many issues that went on. Yeah, I removed maybe 2 or 3 status updates.
Mm-hmm.
And by it teamed up, I haven't touched a thing server side yet. Probably won't, but still, they're doing fairly well. They just got to a big cluster server, which I don't want to know how much that cost.
I'm gonna only ask half of that question, Emo. What happened to all of the user information you guys had on your servers?
That is stored on a little backup computer that I have sitting right here that has been encrypted, and will not be uncrypted ever. Pretty much, that is where it's going to stay for the rest of its life. And that is what our privacy policy is for. Pretty much, if you sign up for the site, you're bound. All your information is bound to it.
That's kind of what I guessed. I mean, the only other option is that you slag the drives that the information was stored on.
I could just
melt them down.
I could just melt them down or pass a giant magnet over it, but for now, I would like to keep the information because it also has all the site files as well. Because the database, I did a whole dump of the entire files on the server, so it's on a hard drive.
I almost kind of want to ask to see if I could somehow get my old Flankbook page coded as a CC so I can put it over on Pony Square.
Oh, God. That's not possible.
Damn.
Well, I'm sure it's possible. It'd just take a very long time.
Yeah, I'm not...
Explain encryption in 25 words or less. Taking the data, passing it through a random series of letters and numbers, and then getting a garbled mess out the other side. That was less than
like sending a signal through a maze made out of lead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
Getting a bunch of garbled mess, and the only way you can decrypt it is if you have the decryption key.
Yes. And in all fairness to the people out there, odds are you guys didn't read the user agreement, so he could sell your emails to a Christian dating site for all you know. He's not going to, I already know that much, because the people out there are already so nice to not do that. But you guys did sign up for it, and you probably didn't read it, so...
I tried to be nice. The privacy policy says we don't give any emails to anyone ever.
Yeah, most privacy policies say that, but then sometimes if you scroll down, you can read the rest, and it'll say, like, we will sell your email to this, though. We will not sell your email to anybody, but... And then there'll just be, like, a little tiny little 1... next to it.
Yeah, a little teeny tiny asterisk. Be like, look at that. That's way down there. Oh, look.
Those damn asterisks.
No, that we do not do. I spent days having our privacy policy and terms of service looked over by a friend who was a lawyer.
Jesus,
See, is it any
all that
different?
stuff. You're pretty lucky.
I remember that. No.
Emo Fluttershy's question:
No,
are you a
I don't remember
Republican,
that.
Democrat, or for the New Lunar Republic?
I think we've already settled that last part, but
I don't think I could. I don't think I could properly answer that question at this time.
I'd like to
all
be
right.
able to
bananas?
come
Well,
up with more
let's get
questions.
like 2 or 3 more questions.
Do you like bananas?
Maggie, shut up.
Why didn't I see that question coming? And why wasn't that asked before?
I brought it up.
I'm throwing
You
it the
did?
question thing.
Okay. Yeah, I like bananas.
Oh, continue.
I
Please.
will let you choose to answer this one or not, but email the question. Email.
I see it. I
Wait.
see it.
I was gonna. Yeah, go ahead. Actually, ask that.
Yeah, I see it. The one about donations.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I am a very paranoid person when it comes to legal issues. I don't like to even be on the verge of even like having some sort of exposure to something that could possibly get me sued. So I'm not saying that any of you would. I'm saying that because it can happen, it's a little too much of a risk. I mean, a lot of people do donations, and I definitely understand why you are screaming at me. Why not? But it's still a gray area for me. I really don't understand exactly what I needed to do. And at that point, me and Mike both agreed that we didn't want to go through the complications of it.
Just as to front on that, as I have studied law, I'm once again the same age as you, Aaron. But yeah, he fronts on how donations could affect it. It's because once you begin receiving donations, yes, they are considered donations, but however, if you are doing something that they're donating to you for, it becomes revenue. Revenue
Exactly.
is used, and revenue is used as a term in court that they can use against you for making money that on something that isn't yours. In this case, this would be ponies. Ponies are copyrighted to Hasbro, or this art quality of ponies is copyrighted to Hasbro. Ponies themselves obviously aren't, but anything related to anything copyrighted by Hasbro can cause them to sue you. In order to receive donations for anything you have legally, you would have to email Hasbro and determine what they would say in that situation. You would have to get written access for that stuff.
Right.
For that matter, I'm actually hoping that in the event that the CO2 car goes on, I'm going to have to email Hasbro and ask them for permission to use Rainbow Dash's cutie mark. So, if you guys have the ability to email Hasbro, I want to see you try and see if they'll let you take money from them to go and run something that they don't have any control over.
Let me
Especially
can I just say
something like
something?
Flankbook. Oh, please.
I called Hasbro,
Ah, nice.
Oh, yeah?
and I got to be brand manager. That was such an awkward moment. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I think it was a few days before it went down, and I just wanted to tell them just exactly what was going on. You know, just felt like I just wanted to express that I liked it, and she was a nice person. It was a very strange moment, though, because I went through like 5 operators, 2 secretaries, to get to like her cell phone.
That's interesting. So you have the brand manager's cell phone number.
Somewhere buried deep within my history of phone calls. Even then.
The kind of thing,
I
the kind of thing you don't ever give away to anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, to email Fluttershy, he doesn't have to answer anything he doesn't want to, and since we already answered that question ourselves, we're not going to have the answer stated.
But do you mind if I point something out? Branching off what you were talking about, the legal thing and all the other, how it was property owned by Hasbro and all the other stuff.
Oh, please do. I love talking about legal stuff.
Yeah. Alright. If you looked very carefully at the site, you'll notice that I crafted it in such a way that never, ever once have I ever posted anything that wasn't mine. Nothing ever on the site's elements were copyrighted. They were all artwork created by people, and even by me. So technically there were no things that we were doing. Obviously the user content was that you have to worry about, because you have people posting anything they want. Now, as for
And
the
they won't
terms,
go after the users; they'll just go right for the head of the website.
right, that's where the terms of service come in. Terms of
Mhm.
service say anything that the users post is the user's responsibility. I can't monitor all of it. I can't moderate all of it. I just maintain the site. And that's, in the nutshell, what the terms of service are there for, to protect me from being sued.
Right. I just wanted to touch on what Emo Fluttershy asked was I've dealt with Google AdSense before. Me and my friend who was running a Minecraft server was using it for a while to help pay for the server bills, which aren't exactly expensive, but it's still extra bills you'd have to pay.
Right, right.
We got a bot attack.
Oh, dude, you got really unlucky.
10,000 clicks per minute on an ad, and we're like, holy shit.
That is when you rip the ads off the page.
No. No.
That's when you rip the ads off the page.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly
Did you-
occurs when that happens?
Okay. Well, what happens is Google has a very, very sophisticated monitoring system that they don't even tell us about when you sign up. It's in their terms of service,
Oh, yeah.
but they tell you, here, we got this big, fancy monitoring service that will shut you down at any time, but we can't tell you how it works, because that's secret.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking, about how they have complete control over your account. So what happens when a bot attack is if someone really, really hates you and really wants to take away all your money, they will send a bot to repeatedly click on every single ad on the page multiple times. Obviously, Google's logs filling up with the same click from the same IP address 10,000 times in a minute is obviously going to assume that you're trying to scam them and will subsequently shut down your attack. Shut down your account, I meant.
Damn.
And
Asshole
still
thing.
don't know what happened. And still don't know what happened in our case. I really don't understand. I think because we're the type of site that the same type of people come back at the same type of waves in time. And I think that Google just saw that and said, you're making money, you have a lot of people coming back at the same time. We don't really care what kind of site it is. Hell, we don't even care what kind of person you are. But we're just kind of going to take your money away and say that you did something illegal.
Yeah, Google is very, very finicky when it comes to things like that.
I lost a
They're a
slate.
good company, but when it comes down to handling PR, they suck.
You can't even contact Google. It's not possible.
I mean, unless you're more wrapped up in like a YouTube partnership program, you're not going to contact Google.
No. And best part is, can't use AdSense ever again in my life. Thanks, Google. I've been banned, and my social security number's been recorded. Thanks, Google.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's
There goes my
pretty-
chance of ever. There goes my chance of ever having ads ever again.
Well, there's other ad services out there. You could always ad fly all your links.
Dear Lord, I hate AdFly.
I don't know, especially when, that's a whole nother ball. Like, so I'm not even gonna go to that. I'll wait till after we're done with the interview. Completely.
I'm assuming that's it. So,
Yep, I'll just do my basic outro. Alright, you guys have been listening to True Brony Radio The Carrot. This has been an interview with Aaron, and we will be back sometime soon with another interview. Thank you for listening.
Don't know when.
What?
I said, don't know who, don't know when. Just send us suggestions and we'll try it.
Yeah, if you guys got any suggestions for people you want us to interview, please tell us in the IRC chat or in the comments if this is posted anywhere. Thank you, and peace off, every pony.